Personality is the dynamic organization within which the individual of those psychophysical systems that determines unique adjustment and to the environment. The personality characterizes behavior and thought. It is considered unique to each individual. This dynamic organization involves the interplay of mind and body. Furthermore, personality represents a unique adjustment of the individual to the environment. Determinants of personality. First, biological factors. This include genetic and hormones. Our that genetics and hormones are key biological element influencing personality development. The body and mind are considered biological aspect influencing personality. Second is environment factor. These encompass social factor, culture factor, and economic factor. The handwriting notes which we provide indicate environment factors as a broad category influencing personality. The approach to the study of personality. First is ideological approach. अरे ideographic approach. This approach focus on individual and emphasize on unique aspect of their personality. Gordon Allport is a prominent figure of associated with this approach. This is focus on individual, study of individual by interviewing and many more approaches. The second type of approach is nomethetic approach. This is approach aims to establish general laws of personality that can be applied to many people. It seeks to identify common dimension and traits on which individuals vary. The study of personality type and trait approach falls under nomethetic perspective. Sigmund Freud is prominent in this nomethetic approach. Third type approach is type approach. Based on bodily characteristics and temperature, this approach classifies individuals into distinct types based on their physical constitution and related temperamental characteristics. First is Hippocrates. He proposed a typology based on bodily fluid and humors, suggesting four temperaments associating with excess of each fluid. First is sanguine, which is associated with blood. In this type of personality, these are cheerful personalities. Second is phlegmatic, associated with phlegm. They are calm and inactive. Third is melancholic, associated with black bile juice. These are depressed. Fourth is caloric, associated with yellow vibe. They are obsessed and short tempered. Then Charak Samhita also describes the type of trait on basis of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. It also incorporates the concept of three gunas: Satgun, Rajgun and Tamagun. The Satgun are means they are truth bounded. The Rajagun are achievement oriented, and Tamagun are leading toward the बुराइयाँ जो उनको हम कह सकते हैं उसकी तरफ जाने वाले. Rodson propose four type. First is cerebrum, potentially based on provenance of different bodily system. Cerebrum means the wise, muscular means athletics, and digestive type and respiratory type are middle to those both. Then Royla categorized individual into three types based on bodily build. It is splenic portions. Microsplenic means weak and slim. Normosplenic means athletic. Macrosplenic means individuals despite us have small being and tall. Then Kreshmar, he identified personality type relating to physique, including the picnic type means obese and small height. Asthenic type means slim and weak and thin and irritable. And then dysplastic type means they are mixed, and athletic type which are bodily build and the muscular. Then come Sheldon somatotype means this theory linked to somatotype, the body type, to temperament. He identified three primary semiotypes. Endomorphic means relaxed. Mesomorphic means muscular and energetic. Ectomorphic means thin and introvert. Then come based on physiology, psychological characteristics. This approach classifies individuals based on their psychological attributes. In Young's, he proposed he proposed a typology based on the direction of psychological energy, distinguished between introvert oriented toward and extrovert oriented outward. And then Friedman and Rosnum, they identify type A personality, characterized by traits like high drive and competitiveness, and type B personality known for more relaxed approach. Type A personality has linked to cardiovascular disease also. Then comes trait approach. This approach view personality as composed of enduring traits which are considered pattern of behavior, thought and feeling. Traits are considered the building block of personality. The Alport theory is prominent in this. He distinguishes between common trait shared within a culture and personal disposition unique to an individual. Person disposition were further characterized into three types: coordinate trait, dominant and pervasive trait that influence almost everything a person does. Means this coordinate trait is main trait. It is associated with historical figure like non-violence is associated to M.K. Gandhi. So let's center that a set of 5 to 10 core characteristics that describe an engineer like honesty, truthfulness. There are generalized concepts. And then comes secondary trait, situation specific preferences and attitude like what we wear, what we eat. Then come Kettle personality factor. He used the statistical technique of factor analysis to identify underlying source state that influence observable surface state. He proposed 16 fundamental source state which are assessed by 60 personality factor questionnaires and surface tests. Then come Ansang theory. His model proposed two major dimension of personality. Means he make a graph like this, and here we write introvert, here extrovert, then he write a neutrism and stability. So in on this point there is a extrovert and stable personality, and here a introvert and neurotism personality. Then comes Big Five model given by Costa and Macri. This contemporary model describes personality in terms of five broad dimensions, often remembered by encounter ocean: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. After that, assessment of personality. Various methods are used to measure an elevated personality. Self-report measure is one of them. Individuals provide information about their own personality typically through questionnaires. Example: MMPI, Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory, developed by Hathaway and Mankley, used for psychiatric diagnosis. Then comes Ensign Personality Questionnaires. These have 60 PF questionnaires developed by Raymond Kettle to assess 16 source traits. Thereafter come projective technique. This present ambiguous stimuli to elicit response that are thought to reflect underlying and unconscious aspect of personality. These techniques are often linked to Sigmund Freud concept of unconsciousness. Example: thematical apprehension test. It is developed by Morgan and Murray, uses 30 type of picture and one blank card. Then come a Roche ink blot test. Use 10 ink blot. Some in means 5 in black and white, 2 in reading, and 3 in pastel color. Rosenwang's picture frustration test. Sentence completion test is one of them. Required individual to complete incomplete sentences. Example provided include my friend dash dash dash, my life dash dash dash, my father dash dash dash, biggest fear dash dash dash, and I am proud of dash dash dash. Then come behavioral analysis. This involves observing the evaluating overt behavior. The method include our behavioral rating, assessing specific behavioral qualities like honesty and diligence. Nominations and situation test, observing behavior in specifically contrived situation is called situational test. Then comes intelligence in Indian context. The note briefly mention intelligence in Indian context. Buddhi, influence of culture plus intelligence. It also differentiates between technological intelligence and non-technological intelligence, which are in the third world countries are non-technical technological intelligence. The name Vygotsky also appear. So he given the idea that the countries and non-developed country should not be tested equally because their environment are different. So developed countries should test differently on the scale of the intelligence, and non-developed countries are to tested in within the non-developed countries. So thank you. Jai Hind.